listeners, and welcome to Breaktime. Today's Breaktime comes from Proverbs 16:12. It says, "Kings detest wrongdoings, for a throne is established through righteousness." There is no other place to establish a throne other than righteousness. This reminds me of, I was one time walking through I was on a hike with my family. And as I was hiking, the ground underneath us became soupier and soupier and muddier and muddier and muddier. But I just kept trailblazing ahead. I wasn't going to stop. And we finally came up to a crossing where we had to walk through some deeper mud. And I was determined to get over onto the other side. So as I was walking through that, I became stuck. I mean, literally stuck in the mud. Nothing could move me. I tried, but nothing can move me. And so Cliff my husband, finally had to come and literally pull me out. It was quite interesting. But this is kind of what this passage reminds me of, because if we are so grounded, if we are firmly established in righteousness, nothing can move us. No matter the enticings of the flesh, nothing can move us from that place of rightness. And it's interesting because righteousness is developed out of a personal relationship with our living Lord. And so as leaders, we detest the wrongdoing, not because we stand up on a pedestal of high morality or high ethical standard. We do, but we stand there in grace and mercy, in a living relationship, in a participation with the living God. He, as our leader, is he's aligned us with his rightness. His rightness has been put in us. His righteousness is what we live. So it's a story. It's more than just a set of standards and principles that we get to live by. It's a set of standards and moral, ethical principles because the Lord has established it. And so therefore we live there, not as a check mark out of duty, but we live in this rightness, and we detest wrong because we're in a living relationship with the living Lord, and he lives within us. So in our workplaces, there are going to be many that don't stand in that relationship with the Lord, but we get the honor of walking beside people. The Lord did it really well. He walked beside people all the time that their standard of living was not, their foundation was not righteousness, and they were swayed. But we walk there as a living testimony of who the Lord is, in grace and mercy for those that God has surrounded us with. So yes, we can detest wrong, but we detest it in grace. We meet people where they are, and as a loving faith leader, we walk beside them, leading them to a place of righteousness with the living Lord. So I pray today that you find yourself unmovable. You cannot move from that foundation of righteousness because it's so firmly established in this relationship with the Lord. So have a blessed day living out your relationship.